guys, welcome back to The Binding of Isaac Repentance. For today, I would just like to do a normal run on normal difficulty. I considered, or you know what? No, I will try hard mode. With what character? Let's do Lazarus. It's likely this will break my win streak of 3, which is quite high for me. That's a good start. Can immediately tell that the enemies attack faster in frequency and in shot speed. So I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything specific or if I can go to new floors yet. I don't think so. Last time we did the pitch black challenge, and it's been too long before that, or it's been too long since I did a normal run on this, but all I can remember is that we went to Sheol for the first time. Satan once unlocks anything new floor-wise. Because we still have to beat Mom like 8 or 7 times more. This has been way too long, and it's as much of a guess as anything, but I assume that beating Mom twice, or no, beating Mom's heart twice unlocks It Lives, and maybe also the Polaroid and negative, but we'll just have to see when we get there. If we get there. That's not really a good first item. I'm not even sure if I want to take it. No. Maybe I should, just for the, to complete the item list. And our first boss is the Haunt. Ugh. I'm calling it, I might die. The Haunt on the first floor is never fun. But usually, if I die to the Haunt, it's not because of the Haunt itself, but because of the little ones, so I think we should be safe. He says It's a good thing there is a room full of red hearts. Oh my god. Okay. Back at full health. Might as well do the curse room. Unless there's something really bad inside. Ugh. Well, nothing bad, but also definitely nothing good. I'm even tempted to go for the pills because I can heal. Kinda useless. Uh-oh. And that's bad. Oh well. Not much lost, also not much gained, or nothing gained actually. Ow. And there goes the devil room. In all likelihood. Okay. You know, in this situation, not that great. Although having the spectral tear effect is very useful in rooms like this. Can't go to the shop, and I don't even think I would if I could, with only 3 coins. So far, so good, I'd say, in terms of difficulty. Like, it's noticeable, but it's not overwhelmingly difficult. But then again, on my Switch save, most, if not all, of the things I have left to do are the hard mode completion marks. Dumb hit. Very dumb hit. I will not take the pot penny. There's not that much to say in terms of real life stuff. We're still looking for houses, but we haven't visited anything yet. There are a few more places we should contact and schedule a visit at. But the first time we're going to look at a house is next Wednesday, I think, the 9th. seems to be breaking a lot this year. First we had a problem with the toilet, which is not ideal to say the least. Then our dishwasher broke. So landlord, as if that's his name, the landlord had to come to replace that. In true landlord fashion, it does most things himself. Then, shortly after, while our dishwasher was broken, the kitchen sink siphon was leaky. Or no, actually I'm wrong. The dishwasher broke, he came to replace that, and then I don't know if he even touched the siphon while he was replacing the dishwasher, but then that all of a sudden was leaking pretty badly. So we had to come back to fix that because some things I know how to do myself, but anything in terms of plumbing, I'd rather not touch if I'm not sure how. And I suppose 2 weeks ago by now, our stove broke. Just stopped working while Anna was cooking lunch. So we've been not cooking at all for the last 2 weeks. No, week and a half-ish. Which of course is not ideal. We're pretty lazy cookers to begin with. We have a handful of meals that we cook regularly. But it happens often that we just can't be bothered and we order something, or I don't know. Although we do try to cook with some frequency because it's just cheaper than ordering takeout several times a week. But yeah, so hopefully today the landlord will stop by to install the new stove because he was going to do it on Wednesday. But on Wednesday they didn't have the correct size in stock. So, yeah. And we do have food in the fridge that's starting to, or that we have to use sometime soon or it'll go bad. Again, very much not gameplay related rambling. which might be a plus or not at all. Still, I thought I was finished. Uh-oh. And I'm starting to get hungry, which is kind of messing up my concentration. I have been to the item room. I can go to the shop. Hopefully something good. No. But I like to buy BFFs when I can, even if I don't have any familiars, because there might be familiars later. And the super secret room, no. I would assume somewhere here. No. Ugh. Then maybe here. Yes. Okay. Peep. Plane flying overhead, of course, on a Saturday afternoon. Or, yeah, around lunchtime. Come on, you. I am sort of planning a vlog style video of my guitars and basses. I'm pretty sure I made a community post about this recently, although I forget when. But Anna is going to is going to Lisbon for the weekend at the end of the month. At the end of March, I should say, because who knows when this video will be up. Because her best friend lives in Lisbon with her fiance. Anna has this thing about, how to say, I don't know if it's some kind of what am I trying to say? I don't know if it's something she's registered to or whatever, but she's part of this group or community, whatever, where awards are awarded to photographer of the day, of the week, of the month, and of the year. think there's, like, the biggest one is Photographer of the Year. Oh, come on. And she's been very focused lately on wanting to win the of the month prize. I really hate these rooms. Like, it takes forever to do with the annoying grumbling they make. But yeah, she has been very determined to win Photo of the Month and, of course, of the Year, and also Photographer of the Year. And in order to win this, she feels that she has to, like, I don't know if you actually have to hand in or submit a picture or a set of pictures, or if they, or, yeah, these are things I probably should know, but I don't exactly. So anyway, to get back to the point, she has to, or she wants to, take more pictures in exotic locations other than misty and rainy and kinda cold Belgium. So she figured, since she has a good friend, best friend in Lisbon, she would ask them if she could come over for the weekend and have that friend pose for her in a wedding-y dress. On the beach or whatever, I don't know. I've been to Lisbon once, but I don't remember much of it. So, yeah. That's happening, and hopefully it should give her a good shot at winning one of those picture of the month things. As far as I know, there's not even like an actual prize, like a physical or non-physical prize. It's just the recognition, most of all. But I decided not to go with her on that trip, because even though it shouldn't be too hot then the end of March, mostly I don't know, well, she said herself that there wouldn't be much time to really do anything, and if I would go, it would mostly be sitting around and waiting while they take pictures. Which is not exactly my idea of fun, even though if it weren't for the shoot, then I guess I would go. Because we could hang out and see some stuff or whatever. But for the purposes of why she's going, stop spawning rather not go and like maybe go when we're actually going to visit them and hang out and do stuff. So on the plus side, I will have like at least 3 days, maybe 4. Wait, I have to think. She's leaving on a Thursday, going back on a Sunday, so Thursday evening, so I will have at least 2, maybe 3 days where I can hopefully get as much recording in as possible and, you know, maybe get a bunch of videos edited, so all I have to do is plan them or schedule them for publishing. And I would have quite a bit of, you know, not feeling pressured to publish every week, which I generally don't have anyway. I know the last few weeks I've been publishing videos whenever they're ready, pretty much. No matter what day of the week it was. Because sometimes I wonder if it really matters algorithmically if I publish on the same date and maybe the same time of day. Oh, nice, Maggie unlocked. Because we have 7 red hearts. Yeah, as I was saying, sometimes I wonder if it matters because, you know, as much as I like consistency, if I have 4 or 5 or however many videos ready, then I just genuinely wonder if it would be better to spread them out and schedule them for publishing once or twice a week over the course of the following weeks, or if I would publish them every other day or whatever. Maybe not every day, and definitely not all on the same day. Very close. Because, yeah, I just don't know. With as few or as many subscribers as I have currently, I kinda doubt that stuff like that really matters. Which is not meant as disrespect at all, but, you know, I can imagine that if you have several tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, it's probably more important to have some kind of fixed schedule, and there might be different expectations from consistency. position. I don't think there's anything, or I don't think there is harm in not uploading or publishing consistently. Frequently, yes, I think that is important, but I don't think it's really a factor if I publish once a week or 3 times a week, or So I'm trying to look at it on a more of a case by case basis. Like if I have a bunch of videos of the same game ready for publishing, then I suppose I'm more inclined to spread them out. With the exception of Jedi videos, as I mentioned a few times, I just want to get those out kind of as soon as possible. But if I have 4 or 5 videos already of different games, then I think I'd rather publish a few times a week. So one game on, or one video of one game on Monday, the next video of a different game on Wednesday, and rambling semi-coherently. If that even. But I do notice it's a bit more difficult to focus on talking because the game is more difficult. I'm tempted to teleport out, but this is a room I will likely have to go through anyway, because it's not a dead end. Bunch of pills. That's good. That's not so good. Health up. Range down. No. Pretty fly. Energy. Balls of steel. I'll keep one of those. And then we can use the rainbow poop. Okay. Feeling a bit more comfortable again. Because for the past few rooms I was struggling a bit. Sometimes I wonder, like, and maybe, I'm not sure if I should be talking about this or not. Because one thing you hear at times is that it's bad practice to talk business in your videos, which I can't really do because there is no business to speak of. But sometimes I'm a bit demotivated to make videos and to keep doing this. I won't stop. Like, that would be the worst thing to do is to stop completely, but sometimes I wonder if the, in my opinion, very small niche of content, if it's really worth pursuing. I feel like I have to add immediately that there isn't really anything or any other kind of video I see myself doing. Like I'm not comfortable enough in front of a camera to only do what do we even call it? To do like vlog style videos or role plays, or I suppose those are the main subcategory of ASMR content in general are role plays. The cranial nerve exams and the doctor's exams and the whatever exams. Rokola is licking herself, washing herself, but taking the couch as collateral. And I lost my train of thought again. Yeah, like I would never do, or I would never consider vlog style videos as my main thing. Like the kind of videos I make now, like the reading videos and the gameplay videos like this, that's where I feel comfortable, so that's what I want to keep doing. But sometimes I get a bit negative and I start to question if there really are enough people enough people who are interested in this. Which is a very selfish thing to even think, because although I generally don't get the same number of views per video as I have subscribers, so I guess, I don't know what that is a sign of, really. I think I'm at 684 subscribers now. Yes, I keep track of this because I want to see the channel grow. So I frequently check the numbers, maybe more than I should, because maybe that's the reason why I start to have doubts and stuff if things aren't growing as as quickly as I would hope, of course. So yeah, sometimes I get doubts if maybe my little niche is too small, and it will always stay a very niche thing. These are just very unstructured thoughts. I didn't plan to talk about this, and now that I am talking about this, I'm not even sure what I'm saying, or if what I'm saying makes sense. Because the main reason why or two reasons why I do want to keep making these kind of videos is sorry, there's a car outside. Talk about a cliffhanger. I apologize. I had to stop the recording here because my landlord was here with his wife to install the new stove. He texted me earlier, but because I was recording, I didn't see his message. So, yeah, there was a sudden interruption. But we have a new stove, so I can cook tonight for myself, because Anna will be home late from the wedding shoot. So, yeah. I think I was talking about the two reasons why I will still be making videos like this, even if, you know, it's a very small niche that maybe there isn't an audience for, or much of an audience. Because, number one, this is the only kind of video I feel comfortable making, like I said. Actually, there's three reasons. Number two is, even if there isn't much of an audience for, I know that some of you really like these videos, some more than others, probably. But, and that was the selfish part of, or a rebuttal to the selfish part of what I was saying. That it shouldn't really matter if there's a big audience for the kind of videos I make. The point is that there is an audience. Even if it's like 10 people or 10,000 people. If 10 people genuinely enjoy the videos I make, then that in itself should be reason enough to keep doing it. Provided that I enjoy making them myself, of course. If I don't enjoy making videos, then, you know, then what's the point? Although, again, that's a selfish thing to say, isn't it? They're equally important, is, I guess, a better way to put it, because if you enjoy it and I enjoy it, then that's great. If sometimes there are days where I don't really feel like recording, and then, you know, sometimes I do still record and I end up enjoying it, which is the good outcome. Sometimes I just don't, and I save it for another day where I actually feel like recording. But most times when I start recording, I end up, you know, it's kind of a relaxing process for me as well, so I suppose that's a note to myself that even if I don't really feel like it, if I have time and the opportunity to record 1 or 2 videos, then I should, because there isn't really a bad outcome to that. Oh, nice. Not sure what triggered that achievement, if it's specific to these angel chests or just locked chests in general. So yeah, I mean, I hope some of this makes sense, because I have the impression that I've been just blurting out stuff very incoherently. I will admit, and I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this, but I know. I'm sorry, I forgot my third point, which is that I suppose it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way, but the kind of videos I make, you know, I often wish that more people would make this kind of video, because there honestly aren't many or any ASMR gameplay kind of channels or videos that I enjoy. I don't know why that is. Sometimes sometimes the videos just aren't that nicely made. Sometimes I don't like the commentary, which is a very personal thing, of course. Like, the way someone talks isn't always pleasing to someone else. Oftentimes, I don't really care about the games that they're playing. Like, I don't want to call anyone out, and I won't, because I don't know any gameplay ASMR channels that I genuinely enjoy, either because I haven't found them yet, or because the ones I did come across very rarely, I didn't enjoy the video, so it's not, it's not meant as a criticism, just, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm all out of the zone a bit because of that interruption by the landlord. I just sometimes wish that more people, or that there were more ASMR gaming channels that I genuinely enjoy. Because most of the stuff I watch is the most common type of ASMR, in my opinion. exams and doctor stuff and whatever. Although one channel that doesn't really fit into any category in a good way, in my opinion, is Amuse ASMR. She tends to have the most random subjects for videos. Like stuff that I wouldn't, like that you just don't see being talked about or used as a topic for ASMR videos. Like I think her first video that I watched was, or that I found in general, was what's it called? The roof shingle catalog video. She did some videos with maps of the US, like outlining the states and talking about random facts about each state. And, you know, I haven't watched a video by her that I didn't enjoy. But it's obviously not in any way gaming related. And I'm not proud to admit this, but if I have a feeling that if someone else or if other people would be making the same kind of video that I make, and they would be more popular or more watched or whatever, or, you know, generally more successful at it than I am, then, you know, I would be pretty insecure about that, or pretty demotivated. Because as much as it's not about being the best at something, you know, you do what you can, you make the best videos you're able to make. If people pick up on that and, you know, they like what you do and they want to be a part of that and support you, then of course that's great. But sometimes I get a bit insecure by when I see channels who have only been around for a few months and they're already at, you know, the same number of subscribers that I am, and the few videos they have a few hundred or a few thousand views already, and it's not necessarily pleasant. And it's not about whether they deserve it or not, because I'm not one to say whether someone deserves the success or the audience that they have. It just makes me question a bit whether I'm doing something wrong, or if there are things that I could do better in my videos that, you know, that would make more people watch them, which is ultimately here. It's maybe a weird service, but I do see it as a kind of service that I'm providing. I think I'm getting into my own head a bit too much. And I hope this doesn't come across as callous, if that's the right word, or bitter. Because again, it's really not about whether or not someone deserves the success they have. It's what I can do to, to make the channel bigger. And even that kind of defeats the point, maybe, because I don't want to start doing things radically differently just for the sake of raising numbers or chasing numbers. Of course, I want to grow the channel, but in a way that feels right to me and that doesn't feel like I'm betraying myself, if that sounds very heavy, but and also without betraying you, like without feeling like I'm tricking anyone into watching stuff that they otherwise wouldn't watch. The clickbaity titles and loud thumbnails, as much as an image can be loud, you know what I mean? Like the overly flashy thumbnails. I'm not a fan of that, so I don't want to start using those tricks just for the sake of reaching more people, which, in the end, I suppose it comes down to how far someone is willing to go to raise or to grow their channel. As much as you use tricks and, strategies and whatever, there's never any guarantee that any of it will work. So that may be even worse, than if you are trying to be very strategic about it and methodical and actually treat it like a business. Which some people have to do because it is their business. So, in those situations, I understand that there are certain things you just have to do to reach the numbers, to get by. is not really any point, or there is some point, I guess, but there isn't much point in me, strategizing every move I make that's related to the channel, like when to publish, what days, what times, how long each video has to be. Making the best possible thumbnails, which, I do put effort in my thumbnails, but I know they could be better, but I just don't know. I know too little about image editing mainly. And I also don't really have a clear vision of what my thumbnails would have to be most effective. But all that stuff, like every little thing that's related to the channel, if it's a business, has to be as good as it can be. Because it's a business, and if it's a source of income, then I assume, I can't speak from experience, I assume that there's a lot more pressure on that kind of stuff. So I suppose in a way I'm kind of lucky to still be a very small channel, because I don't have to worry about any of that, and I can just focus on making the kind of videos that I like and that I would want to watch. For the record, I don't watch my own videos. That's kind of weird. If I watch any of my videos, it's just to make sure the quality is good and there isn't anything technically wrong with them. But I don't watch my own videos for my own enjoyment. Oh, nice. Wait. Oh, there aren't any shops, right? I still haven't eaten, so... And I should go to the shop for dinner as well. There's been a lot of talking in this video. I hope at least some of it makes sense, and I sometimes have a tendency to say things that I don't really mean, but I just get caught up in my own loop of thinking and talking and But to make it very clear, I don't intend to stop making videos. I do have moments of, where I'm less motivated for whatever reason, internal or external. But at the end of the day, I like making the kind of videos that I'm making. And I want to keep doing it, and grows any more than it is currently. Or, I should say, if it doesn't start growing faster than it is currently, which is, well, in the grand scheme of things, very slowly. If that never changes, then that's fine. If, the number of views on my videos stays the same as it is now, that should also be fine, even though I know it can be demotivating, especially if new videos start doing worse than previous ones. None of that should be a factor to stop doing this. Because if I would stop making videos again, then I can guarantee I would feel like I'm letting down the relatively small amount of people that do watch my videos, then enjoy them, and all of you who leave comments, supportive comments, that got caught up in my own word. All of you who comment that you enjoy the video, or if I talk about something personal that's been difficult, and people comment on that supportively, of course I appreciate all of that, and I never want to take that for granted. Or as they say in geology, I never want to take that for granted. It's a terrible joke. I've seen everything there is to see except the super secret room, which I am not going to look for. And I hope I can end this video on a a positive note, and I hope it didn't come off as too depressing or whatever. I think sometimes it's good to talk about to be open-hearted about stuff like that, and if only so you know what's going on in my head sometimes, and it's not always fun stuff, and it's like, I do worry about things, even things related to the channel, like if things are going very slowly, or if there's a sudden dip in whatever numbers, none of which should matter, but it does to me at that time. But I will end by saying that I do appreciate all the comments. Not that there are that many comments, but whenever someone comments, I'm happy about it, and I like to interact in that way, or in any other way. Much like that bird outside likes to interact with me by being annoying and loud. that's going to be it. I apologize if this was kind of a not very light-hearted therapy session. Kind of felt like a therapy session for me, but sometimes that happens, and I just end up talking about stuff that's, that's been bothering me, or that's, bothering me, or, stuff that makes me happy. Because I am happy that the channel is growing, however slowly. Like, there are new subscribers, and most videos do better than the previous one, at least in some respects. Be it watch time or views or whatever. I feel really boring when I'm talking about numbers like that, because none of it should matter. All that should matter is, that I like the kind of videos I'm making. I appreciate all the support. And I'm just looking forward to more of this. Like more gameplay videos, more reading videos. That's the stuff I enjoy doing the most, and that's what I will be doing for as long as I can. So, yeah. I guess it's time to end. The perfect depressing end to a maybe depressing commentary ramble. A lot of stuff unlocked. But yeah, that is going to be it for this somewhat weird video with unexpected pause and a lot of open-hearted ranting. Thank you very much for watching and for listening, as always, and I will talk to you next time.